practice it, Saga. We have exercise 8.22, intersection rectangle. Now, I've explained 8.21, and that one was pretty gnarly. So, if you really want to understand this, make sure you watch that one. It's in the playlist link below the like button. Watch that one, come back to this one if you want to fully understand it. And if you didn't fully understand the last one, this is kind of the same thing. So this is going to be reinforcing your knowledge. So hopefully that helps. Everything will be good. Let's start this. We want to return a new rectangle that represents the largest rectangular region, completely contained within both the rectangle that we're given, rect, and another rectangle. The rectangles don't intersect at all. We want to return null. So our method shouldn't modify the current rectangle, of course, or the one that's passed in. We want to create and return a new rectangle. So when you think of this, think of it as this. We have two rectangles, the one in our class and the one that's being passed in. We want to return this interior angle here, or rectangle, not angle, rectangle. That's what we're going to be doing inside of here. So to do that, we are going to want the maximum value of these XY points, and we're going to want the minimum value of the height and the width. So with that in mind, let's do this. We need variable int x, and we're going to set it equal to math.max, because like we said, we want the max values of the x and y. We're going to do this dot x, that's what we want to pass in, and we want to pass in rect dot get x, so we get that variable. And we're going to repeat this for our y. So int y is equal to math.max, and this is, we're going to pass in this dot y, and then we're going to get our y value. So that's going to get our x and y value there. Now our int width is going to be very similar, right? Because width is just the across, and we're going to want the minimum value for this right here. So for this one, we're going to do math.min, and inside of here we know that our width is x plus the width. That's like the farthest side. So we're going to do this dot x plus this dot width, and we want to compare that with rect dot get x plus rect dot get and then width. So those are the two things that we're going to want to do. We can copy this here and paste it below, because int height is pretty much the same thing, where we're taking math.min and we'll have this dot y, and instead of width though, we'll have heights and then gets y and then gets height. That's pretty much it. When we're done with this, we're just going to want to return our new rectangle. So return new rectangle, and if you're familiar with this class, if you're not, you can always go back previous videos. We want to pass in our x, and we want to pass in our y, and then that's my stopwatch, sorry about that, for my printer. Return new rectangle x and y, and then of course remember our width is just we added it together, right? We added x and width, but we don't want it in this format when you pass it in as to our constructor. So we're going to do width minus x, and then we're going to do heights minus y. That's pretty much it. I think that's pretty good. Let's submit this. We'll run some tests, and it passes 3 out of 3. So that's how I would go about doing this problem, exercise 8.28.2, intersection rectangle. If you have any questions, let me know. As always, hopefully that helped.